This is an orthokeratology case where the patient is complaining of poor vision. The acuity is around 20/25, but there isn't really much of a posterior refraction that we're picking up. And so it's a little bit difficult to figure out where to go with this case to get the patient or help the patient see a little bit better. If we look at the posterior topographies, they look pretty decent, fairly well centered. It's a little bit wavy in the reverse curve, but it's not a very high myope, and so we wouldn't expect necessarily a very prominent and well demarcated reverse curve. The periphery looks pretty well aligned. It's not super flat, so in this case, without very many other options, I do agree with your assessment in making the lenses a little bit bigger. That may help the lenses stay put a little bit more, perhaps take away some of this waviness in the reverse curve. The other thing we can do is maybe tighten up the lens a little bit in the periphery. So if I bring up lens that the patient is wearing, we could increase the diameter somewhat. I think this measured out pretty close to 12 millimeters. So even a 12.5. So we can make this lens fairly large, go all the way up to a 12, 12.1. I forget the exact cutoff where Wave starts categorizing the lenses differently in terms of diameter, but I would try to stay within that range so that we don't move on to the next type of lens style. As far as the periphery of the lens goes, we don't really need to flatten too much, and I'd probably lift the periphery way out at the edge a little bit just to make sure we're really sealing off at the back of the curve and reverse curving, getting this lens to stay as stable as it can. It doesn't look like we really need to add much demand because we're not finding that additional myopia is helpful for this patient. And I believe with this lens, we have not added any prism. So if we're going to change the lens anyway, we can go in and add a little f1 over refraction and then add that prism in. And this way we can order the lens with instructions for the lab to dot the lens at the prism ballast location, and that helps us track also what the lens is doing on the eye. So without too many other options, that's probably what I do, make the lens a little bit bigger, maybe tighten it up at the back of the reverse curve and see if we can't get this lens to settle and stay put a little bit more, and hopefully bring the patient quality-wise slightly better vision. So hopefully those thoughts will help with your patient. Best of luck and thanks for watching.